Ever, but navigating the role of a step-parent can still feel like uncharted territory. One approach that's been gaining attention is called Nacho parenting. Gabriella Pomare, an award-winning family lawyer, co-parenting expert, and author of The Collaborative Parent, joins us now to explain what Nacho parenting is and the pros and cons of it. Gabriella, I was going to say good morning. You're joining us from halfway around the world, so either thank you for staying up late or getting up early for us.
Thank you. Good morning to you. And yes, it's very early in the morning for me.
All right. Well, we appreciate this because this is an important conversation to have. And let's just jump right into the basics here. Why is it called Nacho parenting? What exactly is this?
It's a concept that we're seeing everywhere right now with step parenting and blended families. So essentially, it's the not your kids, not your responsibility approach. And what that really means is the step parent steps back from the discipline, the authority, the decision making, and the biological parent will retain that primary parenting role. And we see it really being adopted these days in the very early stages of blending families.
And so if you do this can, I assume, kind of reduce that tension early on in these families. But what are some of the benefits you see when step parents actually take that step back at the beginning?
Yeah, the idea behind it is that it's supposed to reduce the conflict, right, between the step parent and the children. And it avoids those early power struggles where there's no quite established relationship yet. That person maybe have just moved into the house. It acknowledges that the children may not yet accept the authority from this new adult. And it really works to protect that couple relationship early on from the tension that can be caused by parenting disagreements. So I guess in terms of the benefits, I mean, really it is to make sure that when you're in the house, we're taking the pressure off step parents to, parent too quickly. It allows the relationship building with the children without that real authority conflict. And it creates a calmer household dynamic in that early transition stage. And I mean, I think it works really well. It supports that whole relationship first, authority later approach. And from what I'm seeing in my work and also my own family life, it really is the way to go.
Yeah, it makes sense. But let me ask you, is it possible to kind of take it too far, that maybe you step back too much? I mean, what are the potential risks of that, if there are any?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, there are always risks, like with any new dynamic. What we're seeing is it can lead to emotional disengagement. Sometimes step parents start to feel like they're living like a guest in their own home. Sometimes children start to feel that the step parent maybe is not so invested in them. They're not that interested to be within the family. It can also create really unclear household authority, inconsistent boundaries, and, it can place all the parenting pressure then back on the biological parent, and it starts to enforce a notion within that household of us versus them. And that sometimes doesn't work well in a blended family.
Yeah, I mean, so it sounds like ultimately, like most things in life, having some sort of balanced approach there is what's going to work. Walk us through what that might look like.
Absolutely. You took the word from me. It's all about balance. And I think what it really is clear role definition, right? Like in every environment within life. So the step parent's not a replacement parent, but they're still an adult within the home. They deserve the respect and a bit of authority. I think the best thing that you can do when you're in one of these relationships, when you're starting to blend families, is ensure that the couple share a united front. I think the biological parent and the step parent need to really align privately on rules and expectations, but then appear united in front of children. And that's a gradual interaction and integration as well. Authority will grow as trust grows and as the relationship between children and a step parent establishes. So just make sure you've got consistent household boundaries regardless of who enforces them, and that there's lots of open communication with children about the roles and the expectations, because it can work really well and we can avoid the risks with open communication and transparency.
Yeah, I mean, because there are just so many different things to navigate here the more you talk about it, because I can imagine as the biological parent, there can be the tendency to kind of feel like you are stuck between supporting your spouse but also supporting your children.
Well, it's really difficult because these children are your main priority. And as a co-parent myself and a family lawyer, we need to always make sure that our children are at the forefront of our mind and our decision making. But at the same time, you've got this beautiful new relationship that you want to see work as well. And you've got to, again, balance and blend and juggle that responsibility to your children and to your new partner. And realistically, again, communication is such a big part of it.
Well, Gabriella, really appreciate this excellent conversation this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And Gabriella Pomare is the author of The Collaborative Co-Parent. If you'd like